Cheers and enjoy the show. Welcome to The Bar's Open with Beth and Greg. Good evening.
Hello.
What's happening?
What's up?
Fucking shitty weather here in San Antonio.
It's the thing. It's shitty weather or it's raining.
Everywhere.
It's been raining in Phoenix since Sunday, which is rare.
Weather's ridiculous here.
Did you hear me say it's raining in Phoenix too? So it's everywhere.
I don't care.
Yeah, well, you're just grumpy all the time, so.
Well, that's fine. What's up, Reed? How you doing, bud?
Hi, Reed.
It's 79 degrees
Evil
and
ginger,
sunny
my friend.
in South Florida.
Kitty, do not put your nails on that. Sorry.
I don't know what's happening around here.
He's trying to use your
It's the
table
end of the
as a
goddamn
claw.
world.
At least he listens.
The
when
pool
I tell
is
him
overflowing.
So, did you take any water out?
No.
I thought you were going to put the hose
Yeah,
in.
but life happens. Life comes at you fast. What fell from over there?
I don't know. What do I look like? I got here before you?
Why is the cutting board sitting all weird?
Honey, I don't know. Peter, I don't know.
Did Peter do that?
He might have.
No, he wasn't over there.
There's
Did
another
you do
nail
that
back
last
here.
week?
What? No. Why is there another nail behind it?
Because it sits sideways.
Does
I'm
this
just
go like
saying.
this?
Yep, it is.
Who did that? I didn't do that.
You had to have.
I didn't.
Do we have a ghost?
I'm telling you. I don't know. Maybe
Do we have a ghost?
maybe Peter just did it to screw
Please
with us.
tell me. No, because he didn't come over here.
You don't know that.
We have an entirely different.
You don't.
We have a ghost.
You don't watch him the whole time he's upstairs.
Well, he's not going over there.
You don't know. You don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what's
you don't have eyes on
happening.
him?
It's 50 in Ohio today, Evil Ginger said. So tank
Tank
tops
tops
and
and
shorts.
shorts.
Nice. Exactly. It's not that here. It's just one of those things. Welcome to The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. I'm Greg, and that is Beth.
Peace.
Deuces.
Deuces, bitches.
Deuces, bitches. If you're listening on audio, just know I'm grumpy.
Here's the thing. It's not even like it's this is your 24/7 now, bad weather or no bad weather. You're just a curmudgeon
It's fine.
all through life.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Well. We'll get to it. How about that?
Do
Go out,
it,
follow
do
us
it,
on
do it.
iTunes, Spotify, do the things out there. And then, of course,
60.
like and subscribe.
Davey has a fire going. We had fire going. We've had lots of fires already this year.
Yeah, we burned through a fair amount of wood over the past few days.
Especially that one Sunday where it never went above freezing. We had
Yeah.
a fire all day that day.
Couple days, and a couple of evenings, we've had fires. Good.
Yeah.
Supplement your electricity bill. Get a fireplace.
Actually, it's also ambiance. It's very relaxing. Fire, a blanket, a Hallmark
Rain,
movie, a good book,
depression.
a good book.
Seasonal adjustment, depression. It's a thing.
God, you're such a girl.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Why am I a girl?
Because you complain about everything.
It's okay. We got some fun shit to talk about. We got definitely some fun shit to talk about. We got one Texas story that's not so fun, but it's kind of interesting.
Reed said Beth just used an old people word, curmudgeon. Yes,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
because
yeah,
Greg acts like an old person.
Whatever. I'm going to murder, death, kill the fucking weather. And why did I say that? Because
Ginger said she considered setting herself on fire last week.
seriously, dude, that's how I am right now. It's just like we have two rivers running down either side of the road or street right now. And then there is actually a river running behind us because the floodplain is right behind us. And that is flowing
The flood.
right behind the
floodplain
house.
is?
Yep.
Did
It's
you
currently
look at it?
lightning. It's all good. Whatever. Weather's stupid to talk about. We all know
Aaron
that.
said 35 today, so it's a bit warmer.
Definitely warm.
So, okay, yeah. So it's a raging storm. So if all of a sudden you lose us, it's because our internet wigged out.
It
Excuse me.
is what it is. But Friday call-in show was a success, aside from a little bit of technical hiccups or whatever.
Got it fixed.
It was fun, though. That was
Good
awesome.
time, yeah.
So if you called in, thank you so much. Or if I called you and accidentally called you and you didn't know I was calling you.
Or you
Jesse.
volunteered for a phone call and you didn't know what you were volunteering for.
Yeah, you're
That's
like,
kinda
oh, here's
funny.
my phone number. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known to
Yeah.
call
Call
your
you.
phone number.
Funny.
Anyway, it was fun
it
as
was
shit.
fun. We'll do it again soon. We're gonna try to do it a little bit more
Maybe
often.
once a month or
I
something
think
like
once
that.
a month might be a little too much,
But something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Month,
definitely not
every 6
every
weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere around there.
It'll be good. And I finally got, I did pull the trigger on. You probably saw some posts out there. I got a truck this weekend. I've driven it a total of 10 miles because, well, I've got the other one.
Yeah.
I'm not driving. I had to go to Austin this past weekend for a conference.
This past
Monday and Tuesday, rather, for a conference. We got it on Saturday. It was shitty on Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, I drove up there and I was like, I'm taking the old truck. Bitch gets stolen because it's in Austin.
Yeah.
Or I get in a car accident or something like that. Better not be on the first day or two I own that thing. Right. So got the 2024 Tundra TRD Pro
hybrid.
And I just posted like a few minutes ago a naming competition for it. So what we're going to do is this.
Okay.
I just posted it out under me and under the bar is open.
Okay.
You're going to throw some comments out there. Best name. Like come up with something creative. Don't be like, oh, Greg's ball sack or something. That's dumb.
Yeah.
But come up with something cool, fun, whatever.
Did you put a picture with it when you asked for it? So they
put
can
the front of the picture, front of the trigger, but in there,
the trigger,
the trucker, put it out there. The hooker is out there. So it's just the front of it. It is. And there's some other pictures on my Instagram, of course. You can go check them out from the other day. Name it. Also tag the bar. Go out and you have to like and subscribe to the Bar is Open's Instagram.
Oh, you even know? Oh, to the Instagram. Okay.
To the Instagram channel. You have to like and subscribe to the Instagram channel, and all of those I know who follows us. So do both of those things. You win. And then what we'll do is you and I will shuffle through the names and come up with like maybe the best 5 or something like, or 3 or something like that, right? Then we'll put a poll out. Whoever wins the name gets.
Hello, my friend.
Whoever wins gets the name out of that. Send you a shirt, send you something else maybe, and then the truck is forever named whatever you come up with.
Did you take pictures of because it's got a pattern on the covers?
The digital camo. I haven't had a chance because it's fucking been raining for 5 days. 6 days.
That needs to be considered when you
I'll add once it stops raining tomorrow at some point. I'll add some additional photos of it. But it hasn't stopped raining.
No.
So
we need to start building the ark.
For real. So that's a little competition out there just to get a little extra love to the Bar is Open with Beth and Greg's Instagram channel. That's where we post all of our pictures or all of our clips and stuff like that too. So
cool. Can't wait to see.
Yeah, Gigi, what's going on? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Outside of that, yeah. Oh, real quick, one more story on the truck.
Okay.
Is Ian from across the street text me while I was at work today in the other truck, and he goes, "Hey, squirrels been running all over your truck today." And I said, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "Yeah, they're currently dragging their nut sacks down your windshield." And I was like, "What?" So I got home and I was like, "Well, that makes sense. That's why there's all this white shit all over it."
They were not doing that.
They were coming on my truck.
They were not. You're so stupid. Y'all are both stupid.
So I thought, and I told them I'm about to open up the castration station to fix. We're gonna fix squirrels around here pretty soon. I don't want to kill them. Trying to get past my super angry.
Okay.
And just we'll fix the squirrels and then we'll release them back out to nature. Isn't that what they do with sheep? They just tie like a rubber band around them.
I don't know what they do.
It's called like banding or something. It literally is that.
I feel like that's probably really cruel.
Nope.
Let's put a rubber band around your balls and see how that goes.
Yeah, but I don't create wool. There's some big lightning going on out there. A little thunder. Throwing ropes. Exactly. Just off the tree. That'd be fun as shit. Or like your dad.
Nope.
Who back in his backyard, he had one of those like
air guns.
Airsoft guns. He bought it at like
Academy, probably.
Academy or something like that. Because they kept going after his bird feeders and he shot one in the nuts. And he goes, I felt so bad. He goes, the thing dropped to the ground and was like squatted. Right? Like instantly.
Do you think he was going, my nuts, my nuts, my nuts?
Really? No, me nuts. Right? And he goes over and he picked it up and put it back on the branch.
He didn't pick it up. He was bullshitting
what he
on
said.
that part. Yeah, that's not true. I think the squirrel would have bit him.
Dude, that squirrel's probably in shock. I'm just saying. I don't know. You know what? Squirrels, we've got a billion of them around here. I wouldn't doubt it. So, all right, you ready to jump into some stories?
Of course I am.
All right. So, first things first, first story first is Gen Z. Okay, first off, you know the ages of Gen Zs. Gen Zers,
No.
11 to 26 years old.
Okay.
And so there's this new kind of trend going on, and I'm not trying to make fun of 26-year-olds anymore. I'm kind of past it, but they're doing it on their own.
They're giving you fodder.
Just ammunition. Gen Z job seekers are bringing parents to interviews, employers say, and they're unprepared. How can you bring your mom and dad to your job interview and still be unprepared?
Well, yeah. Okay.
All right. Helicopter parenting has reached a new level. Employers are going above and beyond to not hire recent college grads in favor of older workers, a new survey found. The survey uncovered many reasons why older applicants are preferred, including the Gen Z job seekers, or even bringing mom and dad to their interviews. In December, Intelligent, an online magazine focused on student life, surveyed 800 managers, directors, and executives involved in the hiring process. It found that 39% of employers actively avoid hiring recent college grads for roles that they're actually qualified for. Out of the 800 people surveyed, a startling 19% said that a recent college graduate brought a parent with them to their job interview.
I can't even. Hi, it's my dad. He's going to be sitting in this job interview.
Or my mom. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's not the only aspect stopping employers for hiring Gen Z. Okay, number one, I went to the grocery store when I was 13 years old, and I was like, I need to push shopping carts because that's entry level for a grocery store.
Okay.
Pushing shopping carts. Basically it, right? I mean, I think I graduated to like sweeping floors, right? Or bagging groceries, right? But I had to do that on my mom and dad weren't going to come with me.
Well, why would they?
Exactly. I
mean, maybe they could have given you a ride because you were 13, you didn't have a license, but
I
you
rode
rode
my
your
bicycle
skateboard or bike everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. So, but that's not the only aspect stopping employers from hiring Gen Z applicants, which is just something. I mean, I don't know that it's obviously 1 in 5, basically. 1 in 5 employers said that recent college grads are unprepared for interviews and are often unprofessional. 53% of employers surveyed said that recent college grads struggle with eye contact. 50% said that they ask for unreasonable compensation. 47% said that they don't dress appropriately for interviews, and 21% said they refused to turn their cameras on for virtual interviews.
wait,
Like, I
what?
need to know what you look like,
Yeah.
right? But Diane Gajewski, a professor of strategic communications at Ithaca College, suggested that these behaviors aren't entirely their fault. A lot of it's circumstantial.
On what?
Employers need to recognize that due to COVID-19 pandemic, that was 2 years of really lockdown. But nonetheless,
It's been 2 years since.
yeah, so we've come out of that. It was a shitty situation.
We're resilient. We bounced back already.
Right. Young people graduating from college had more than 2 years of disruption in their education, as well as their social and professional development. Current seniors were in their freshman year at the height of COVID, and they took classes online and were unable to participate in clubs, internships, or summer jobs. Oh, bless their hearts. You couldn't go to your
You had to play video games
your
all the time
club.
when you weren't in school.
Motherfucker, have you ever been on a listen to Call of Duty? You're vocal.
You're interacting.
You're interacting, but
if
you're also
online. If you're online.
okay. If you're living in the basement, you're probably going to stay in the basement, right? Additionally, 63% of those involved in hiring claim that recent college grads can't manage their workload. 61% said they are frequently late to work. 59% claimed they often miss deadlines. 53% noted that they are frequently late to meetings. Late to meetings, that's just fucking corporate life.
Depends though. How
Like,
late is late?
if you're
If you're
in
like
the
5 minutes late, that's one thing. But if you're like 20 minutes late, all right, don't bother
like,
going.
you don't have a reason. Like, I'm late to meetings.
I mean, and then I
Everybody's
put it,
late.
I'm like, I'm sorry I'm late. My other meeting ran long,
Everything goes long.
but
And as soon as one,
there's
it's
a
a
difference
cascading
between a
effect.
5-minute run late and a 20-minute run late. I like
We'll
how
agree,
DJ
maybe-
said, I've had to drop some tough love on my adult child lately over similar
The age
issues.
range is 11 to 26, Gigi. So it's one of the, I think it's really one of the things that
I think it
comes
depends
down
on
to,
the parents.
like,
How the
you
parents
have
raise
to,
them.
they have to, you're not going to helicopter that much.
Well, some parents do though. Some parents are.
Could you imagine showing up to a job interview at like,
If my kid asked me to do that, I'd be like, "Did I drop you on your head when you were little? I mean, what's causing this? What's causing you to feel this way? Go be an adult. I'm not going to go with you to work."
I mean, I know you're not quite an adult at like, say, 13,
you're
15,
not-
16.
no,
something
the
like
11
that.
through, but the 26-year-old is more of an adult. That I'd say
26.
22.
Come on.
22 through 26, you have a little bit of life experience.
So the
Not a lot.
26-year-old is
Not a
also
lot,
the
but a little bit.
same. I'm not going to say all, but majority of like 26, it was completely different, right? For me. There was this viral video that just went crazy. This girl was working at Walmart. She's like, I'll never be able to afford living on my own, blah, 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 blah. Well, you work at Walmart
Well, don't say that. You can move up the
as
ladder.
a cashier. You can,
And
but
they
you
usually
have to
pretty
bust
good-
your ass.
And they usually have a pretty good promotion program.
But what I'm getting at is
You have
this.
to earn it.
Like working at fast food, working at grocery stores for the most part nowadays is not a
Well, now they make like $20 an hour. What are you
well,
talking
but
about?
that's still 40 grand a year. That's not that much.
It's more than I made.
Oh, fuck yeah. But at like 50 years old or 40 years old, it's not.
No, good
So
gravy. No.
you gotta fucking bust your ass to move up the food chain, so to speak.
Well, yeah, you're not just gonna. When I was a manager, I had a couple employees that be like, "But I have a college degree. I've worked here for 2 years." I'm like, "Well, that's great. Now you only have like 4 more years before you get into leadership." And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Dude, it doesn't happen overnight. Just because you think you're great
You're not.
doesn't mean everybody else isn't.
I wasn't that great.
Doesn't
You
mean
weren't
everybody
that
else
great.
isn't as great
Yeah.
as you. You still have competition, so you
Mhm.
got to do stuff.
That's the other side of it. There are
And it-
you have
it's
competition.
well, and there's kind of like there's requirements. Like for my role, you have to have 6 years. Thank goodness that didn't happen when I started. But you have to have 6 years of project management experience to get into my role now. And I'm like, well, nobody, unless you've been a project manager in this company, you're not going to have
Right.
project
So
experience.
we hire from outside.
So no,
Or what you
have
do
to
is
figure out
you
how to turn
do
something into a project.
yeah.
And that's
So you work
what
on
that's
side
what I know.
things.
Me and most of my peers were all hired
yeah.
around the same time, so that's what we would do.
I did hear like a blurb of something this morning on the way to work. It was on, I don't remember what the fuck I was listening to. I don't know if it was just like Fox News or something like that.
Probably knowing
But somebody was talking about they're incentivizing people to go back to the office as much like industry wide, like not I shouldn't say industry, but like corporate America wide, like up almost 40% to go back into the office.
Wait, oh yeah,
Like, okay, I've bitched about having to go back into the office a
and
lot,
you and everyone else.
and that's fine. Can I do my job from sitting right there? 100%. Can I do it sitting right here? 100%. All right. I'll be honest about this. This wouldn't have happened, and it happened this morning coincidentally.
Okay.
I've got this giant contract that I need to have signed off by like vice presidents and senior
your 8
vice
o'clock?
president. That was a different meeting
Okay.
altogether. A vice president and a senior vice president because of the size of the contract, the dollar amount of the contract, right? And there's like limits of authority for, and this is probably at most companies, right? And had I not walked in exactly at the time I walked in, I wouldn't have bumped into my vice president.
Okay.
And I happened to be like, hey, dude. I didn't call him dude, called him by his name.
Yeah.
And we sat there and talked for 10 minutes about the contract, right? That I'm getting ready to write, that's getting done. That only happened because I was at the office, because I'm not going to call him.
Right.
And I'm not going to have,
But that's
there are
like,
natural kinds of things.
But that's like one, and I'm not going to allow that to be a reason why people should go back to work.
I didn't say that.
That's like
But
one.
what
That's
I
a
am
one-off.
saying is it does put me in
Yeah,
his
in
eye,
proximity.
right? And there are just proximity kind of benefits to it.
Right.
And I'm not saying that I can't do I just said I can do my fucking job from
Right.
right
And
here.
that's what Slack is for.
But I'm not going to slack them that I have
Depends on your
a
relationship
X
with
million
him.
dollar,
No, you're going to
contract.
schedule a meeting with him then. But
No, I'm not even going to do that.
Chris CB said, "Wait, who's doing the helicopter in front of their kids?" That's kind of funny.
Oh, DJ said my dad went to my first interview when I was 13. Found out later he and my boss set that up as a training opportunity. Dude, your dad probably went to your master sergeant fucking promotion too, like to make sure you got it.
And Aaron said he doesn't want to hear about corporations piss and moan about college graduates when they won't entertain real work experience in lieu.
So that's actually changing too. And there's things going on that I agree with that and to an extent, right? Like for 10 now longer, the past 20 years, we've promoted on education. Like, are you getting your degree? Are you getting a degree?
Right.
And doing those sorts of things. And I agree with you. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a requirement.
I don't think so either. Now, life experience, definitely, but
you can go out and show me.
There are some roles that you do have to have.
Like an engineering degree or like computer science and certain things like
or
I need
if
to
not
be
a
an
degree,
architect.
a certification.
Certain things like that, absolutely. But to be a good leader, going to college like I did for a communications degree doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be a good leader. When I got that degree in 2000, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
well, I don't even use my degree.
You got a journalism.
I got a journalism degree with a psychology minor because I was a psych major for forever.
That's why you're always trying to do things. So it's interesting, but things are changing quickly.
What do you mean by that?
You're psychoanalyzing me.
You give me a lot of material.
So keep that in mind. Like, I really do think
so
that's
I want to
shifting.
understand. So when DJ's dad went with him to the first interview as a training opportunity, I've told his dad not to go.
I think his dad was just fucking with him.
Okay.
Is really what it was. Dad hates flying.
Huh?
Yeah, I said, well, never mind. It's all good.
Okay.
Being a good leader is not built at college. It's built with experience. I agree with that. But you can instill certain things as long as the educators are teaching you how to be good leaders.
Yeah.
And that's the important part. And I think that's where the huge dynamic shift has happened over the past 10 years, like probably last 10 years, maybe a little bit longer, something like that. But it depends on where you go to school. And then it depends on your leadership core. Like, I've had good leaders and I've had shitty leaders that have been willing to quit and almost getting to fist fights with, right? It comes down to that.
Right.
Sometimes when you're like, hey, dude, I'm crushing it, doing everything you're asking, and you're just whatever, that happens. That's part of corporate life, especially like my background, and I don't back down from shit. I'm like, but hey, it's good.
I was going to say something and I totally forgot. So, and here's the thing. So I honestly do think that you can't, not all Gen Zs, because I think some of the Gen Zs.
I don't want to generalize.
No,
that's why it's
I
like 20%
some of the Gen Zs
in this
are kind of starting, their parents have
study.
raised them to be, they're not,
maybe a
they're
little
not,
pussified.
No. I'm saying the opposite end of that. Some of them have
the
taught their children
80% that are fine?
Not to be followers and not to try to be like everybody else. And if you don't agree with something, don't say you agree with it just so that you can get along with your friends. I've had great debates with my friends about some of my theologies and their theologies, or my political stance and their political stance.
Sure.
You know, it's kind of what makes the
it
friendship
also,
even
if
better.
You have one of the 80%er kids, or you're an 80%er parent, something like that, whatever you want to call that. Like not the 20% of parents in this
They're
study.
not the helicopter, the helicopter parents.
Dude, your kid's got a 1-up. If they're independent and they can do shit on their own, and I think that's what most of you guys, your kids can absolutely do, right? Is shit, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much straightforward. Like, that's it.
Yeah. I love that. Like, we have friends that they're already making their kids, once they could hit the washing machine, they do their own laundry.
Oh yeah.
They don't have clean clothes for school. That's on them. Then they have to figure out what they're going to do, you know? So yeah.
Take all the weightlifting classes. Is what
weightlifting classes?
Yeah, absolutely. but that's fine. It's just an interesting kind of like thing that I would never have thought about,
Right.
like ever.
And I like how Gigi said, she said, I told my son to take the earliest possible classes he can get in college, that the degree is all that matters. So it's not, and like I just said, I've never used my journalism degree. Well, I take that back. I used it for 9 months. When
Depends on the degree.
Right. I mean, if you're going to be a doctor, an engineer, an architect, yeah, definitely.
STEM, any of the STEM kind of things, yeah.
But there are plenty of projects, like even like being a programmer, you can learn how to do that on your own.
That's another thing I was going to say. You can learn a lot of the skills.
It just depends on your
Aptitude.
brain. Your brain. Like me, you put me in front of a computer, I'll be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Dude, imagine like you can go
some people
produce stuff. Like I've taught myself at my old age
apps and shit,
how to do like this fairly well,
right?
And create a studio and create multiple studios fairly well.
Most part.
Does it fail from time to time?
I hiccup a lot.
But you can do it all on YouTube for Christ's sake nowadays, right?
Right.
Which is great. And even if you start your kids out doing things like that, create video, become a video editor, do those things, do the technology.
Well, here's the thing they also say, figure out what you like and make that your job.
Hell yeah.
I've never figured that out, so hopefully somebody else can.
This is your
No, my thing would be with dogs. I would do something 100% with puppies, 5 days a week. I wouldn't care if I worked 40 or 60 hours if it was all puppy love. I just can't make any money.
How about Texas? Have you seen the new the SCOTUS ruling?
No.
So this, you know what SCOTUS is? Supreme Court of the United States, right?
Yeah. Oh, the barbed wire?
Yeah. So that came out. Well, Supreme Court of the United States, and because we live in Texas, I feel the need to talk about this because there's a bunch of shit, and I think you'll kind of think about this. So SCOTUS came out and said, well, we agree that the border is technically federal property, like to defend against other locations. How is that possible
when it's leading into a specific state?
Well, that's just what their ruling was.
Okay.
Not Senator, Greg Abbott defies Supreme Court. Set up Texas border standoff. Sets up that. Texas border standoff with Fed continues despite U.S. Supreme Court order. This is as of today, and I've got a few things. This is 5:09 tonight, Eastern. Texas National Guard and state troopers are still rolling out the concertina wire and preventing Border Patrol agents from accessing most of Shelby Park, which again is 47 fucking acres.
Right.
The ranch is 160. Think about that.
Yeah, it's not.
It's 2 miles of like a little strip of fucking
in a park.
In
Eagle Pass.
Right. That sits along the bank of the Rio Grande, where thousands of migrants have crossed. Those continued efforts come despite the U.S. Supreme Court earlier this week vacating a lower court's decision that prevented Border Patrol agents from cutting the state's concertina wire to apprehend people who are already crossed the river.
They're not apprehending them. That's the problem.
No, now they are.
I mean, well,
they're arresting.
They're trying to, but there's so many.
There's still so many. The Supreme Court's 5-4 order didn't give any reason. That's the other thing. They didn't state their case after it, and didn't explicitly say Border Patrol agents were allowed to access the park or that the state had to remove the concertina wire. So the state has doubled down, and some Republican lawmakers have said Texas should defy the Supreme Court's ruling. On Wednesday, Governor Greg Abbott defended his actions, saying Texas has the right to continue doing what it's doing. He added, without providing evidence, that President Biden has been refusing to enforce current immigration laws. President Biden, quote unquote, President Biden has violated his oath and faithfully executing immigration laws enacted by Congress, Abbott said in a statement. Instead of prosecuting immigrants for the federal crime of illegal entry, President Biden has sent his lawyers into federal courts to sue Texas for taking action to secure the border. According to NBC News, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the federal agency that oversees Border Patrol, sent a letter to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's office demanding that immigration officers be allowed to access to the park. 2 miles, 2.1 miles. I think I said 1.9. I think it's actually 2.1. To our knowledge, Texas has only permitted access to Shelby Park by allowing public entry for the memorial, the media, and the use of the golf course adjacent to Shelby Park. You can still go golf there. There's concertina wire across.
Right.
Hey, so that's going on.
Wilkery said, couldn't Texas just stand 1 inch off the federal property and set
GG,
their own
agree.
line of defense? Work smarter, not harder. So backing it up a little bit.
I was thinking about that. Back it up into whatever the range is that becomes the state and say, fuck you, go around
Yeah.
and wire the whole goddamn state. You got to walk 2,000 miles. You got to walk 2,000 or whatever the fucking border is.
Yeah. Here's
1,000
the
miles.
thing. We have, what didn't you say? It's like 11,000 people a day
Oh, no.
coming in
It's more than
illegal
that.
into
I'll look it up
Texas,
here in a minute.
and all these people are crying about Texas shipping illegals off to their states. Well, what do you?
Yeah.
Leaves me speechless.
So you have this douchebag. You know this guy. All right. So you know we're Republican. I was independent for a long time, but I was never Democratic.
Yeah, you lean pretty left sometimes, though.
Well, on some things, I still do on some things. I mean, just it's fine. Because I have my own fucking brain in my head.
Right.
Texas Democrat calls on Biden to seize control of the Texas National Guard. You want to start a fucking issue? Start doing something like that.
Yeah, you can't. It's a state guard.
Rep Joaquin Castro,
Oh, Joaquin.
that little cunt,
Ooh,
is calling on President
He
Biden.
makes me feel greasy and dirty.
He's a
Ugh.
child molester. He just hasn't been caught yet. Allegedly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't throw that out there.
Calling on President Biden to take control of Texas National Guard in the state as if the state defies a Supreme Court ruling that allows U.S. Border Patrol officers to take down border barriers. Governor Abbott is using the Texas, we just went through that. But Castro, who wrote on Tuesday, said that Governor Greg Abbott is using the Texas National Guard to obstruct and create chaos at the border.
I think if he listened to some of his constituents, they would argue against that.
Yeah, but
I think Texas is getting a little tired of the we're wrong. Our guys saying we're wrong when they don't live here. They don't put up with the shit that's coming. They're in Washington, living the high life, going to the free gym.
Right. So you have that view, and then you've also got a different view.
No, evil, exactly.
So I saw this DC Drano, if you follow him. I don't know I can't remember his real name, but he posted something and said, holy shit, Dems in Congress are calling Biden to seize control. And this is Joaquin Castro, and then Congressman Greg Casar said, so this is what he just said. If Abbott's just, like I just mentioned, defying yesterday's Supreme Court ruling, POTUS needs to establish sole federal control of the Texas National Guard. Texas National Guard is not like other National Guards.
Right.
It is an independent army.
Correct.
Within the state of Texas.
That's what I'm saying. It's
It
a
is
state
not
army,
like
it's not
Arizona
like
National Guard.
that you're part of the Federal Reserve.
It's not
No,
exactly.
It's different.
So it is different. These guys swear an oath
to Texas.
Guys and women to the state of Texas, and then the governor loans them when there's a national need.
Right.
They don't get called up the same way.
Right. No, they don't go. They don't get to be told by anyone but the governor that they need to go somewhere.
Period. They don't. This could create a big issue. Congressman Greg Casar also said, who is in
I'm just trying to decide if they're trying to deflect.
That he agrees.
If they're trying to deflect from something else. Like, is this just to get everyone's focus while something bigger is going on? Because I feel like that's
what's bigger than having like 300,000 people have already come into the state.
Yeah.
Like in the past couple months. I mean, it's been millions and millions and millions.
Right.
Right. We could do this. Hey, Siri, how many illegal immigrants have come into the United States this year? Let's see if it comes up with something.
And we don't think what's his name's a molester. Let's be careful.
I said allegedly.
I know. Let's be careful there.
So this has, this is from Pew Research. Okay, let's just go with this. The unauthorized immigrant population in the United States reached 10.5 million in 2021. right? So this is old. That's old as shit. It's fucking
What did it say?
way more than
How
that.
many?
10.1 in 2021, or 10.5 in 2021.
Yeah, definitely, because there was still things in place to minimize some of that. Davey said, guarantee if the feds intervene, it will be one of their non-military veteran agents who pulls their weapons first. Why? Because they believe their badge makes them above everyone else.
That's going to create a problem, dude. We know that. We just know that. Dude, we are in fucking Texas. And
Yes, thank you, Wilm. I said Federal Reserve, and that
was
wrong.
it the Bundy Ranch or something like that, where all of the cowboys like rode up, and eventually, I mean, it went sideways after that, and they fucking crashed and killed everybody. But it was something like that where they like just cowboys rode up and were like, "Fuck you."
Bundy Ranch, the guy who ate people.
It was all about like land management and stuff like this, and like where their
No.
cows could graze and all of this shit, right? Not Ted Bundy, not the dude.
Oh, okay. That's when you say Bundy. I'm like, wait, what?
Right. And but it's people here will push back. They absolutely will. And especially when you start saying, dude, in one fucking state,
Wilm said $2 million a year. I can't be right.
It's insane. No, it is. It's
a year?
Yeah. 2 million a year. It's insane the past couple of years. And I should have that stat. I did. It's just,
wait, but
of
didn't we
course,
just say
Google.
10.5 in 2021?
And that illegal in the States already. And it's exponentially gone up over the last
Exactly.
3 years. So we're at like, say 20 million or whatever. It's 10% or maybe let's say 8% of the total population. Do you know what that does? And then when you push them to different strategic states, it increases the number of constituents you have
In that state.
and then you make it legal for illegal immigrants to vote.
You
right?
can't. It's
No, you change the law in the state that says anybody that's here, or even if they can't vote,
but I thought
they're your constituents, so they're still human beings that you're a representative of.
that
right?
makes the number go up.
And then the number of representatives goes up.
Yeah.
Because the volume of people, right? So it's like this, excuse me, kind of thing. Oh, the cat's sleeping over there on the chair.
It's really cute.
He's
A
just
minute ago,
chilling.
he was facing us with his eyes all closed and his paws in
Yeah,
his face.
he's chilling.
The
Dutton, was it? No, that's not. It's not the Yellowstone one. God damn it.
Wait, what?
So when we go
When did
back,
Yellowstone come up?
it
Dutton
said the
Ranch.
Dutton Ranch. 'Cause I was
Oh,
trying to
there you
figure it
go.
out. So David said the U.S. SC doesn't have the final authority over states, right? I don't think so. No, they don't.
What's
It-
SC?
The Supreme Court,
Okay.
SCOTUS, basically Supreme Court of the United States, right? So anyway,
Okay.
be mindful of all this shit that's happening. We're here, and I know people, and you know people that maybe they're not going to go down there and like
I don't know people. I
do
don't know
anything
anybody.
like that, but you do. But their voices will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it riles some people up,
riles the right people up.
and that's the thing. And we don't want.
Well, it
that to
riles the
happen.
right people up in the wrong way.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks for that update.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
1920 newspaper prediction. I want to hear this.
You want to hear this?
Yes, we're gonna go a little lighter on this note.
Yeah, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. We'll lighten it all up. I don't try and get too crazy.
Jeep and Justin said Clevin Bundy.
What was it? It was Cliven Bundy. Yeah.
However you say that.
Cliven Bundy. And
Cliven.
like a few of them were killed in like car accidents and like rammed off the road. And it was crazy. It went fucking that was later on. Newspaper from 1920 predicted what 2024 would look
DJ
like.
said deputize the citizens. That's scary for some people. That'd be scary.
Oh, well, some states are getting ready to, like California, or I think it's California, want to allow illegal immigrants to become police officers. So that's good.
I mean, I didn't think they had police officers anymore because they cut all their.
But they don't
budget
have
off.
green cards or visas or anything.
So, but you're gonna just make up social security numbers for them and pay
Oh,
them
you don't
that
need
way?
those. You just go become a cop.
But
So
how do you
anyway,
get paid?
meh.
Nah.
Newspaper predicted
life
what
machete.
2024 would look like, and some are scarily accurate. So, newspaper clippings from 1924 show an impressive number of accurate predictions about what life would be like in 2024. Everybody knew the Jetsons,
Right.
like especially our age.
Maybe
My
we haven't
mom
hit
knew the
there.
Jetsons, right? Like we're all gonna have fucking
I don't think your
flying
mom was
cars.
alive in 1924 though.
No, but 1974 or whatever it would have been, that would have been 50 years or something.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 years after this prediction was made. Remember, we were supposed to have Jetsons. The Jetsons came out like a long time ago.
Yeah.
100 years ago, newspapers would attempt to guess what the future might look fairly like regularly. And University of Calgary researcher Paul Ferry has been doing some digging to collate these predictions. On one article from 1924 correctly suggests motor cars are going to multiply indefinitely.
It'll hair my
There's going to be
lip gloss.
more cars than ever. Because, well,
I
they
mean, there's
didn't
a
even
lot.
have the Model T back then.
There was a lot.
There was a few. Back in 24?
No, there's
Did
a
they
lot
have the Model T?
today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cars.
There's a billion,
There's a lot of cars.
billions.
They're not wrong.
There's
But
more
that's
cars
easy.
than people.
But that's easy to consider.
But back then?
Yeah, it's easy.
Oh.
That's going to happen.
Speedways through the hearts of our towns. Another states that people will be flying around and exploring space. True. That happens. Well,
Kind
it's
of.
not
Kind of. We have the
totally true.
capabilities.
Some people can fly
We've
around.
sent some rockets with some dummies to measure radiation. I guess that
How
counts.
about this one? Regarding life expectancy, our friends back in 24 reckoned that most people would live to at least 100 by 2024.
Yeah.
No, we're not that. It's
There's
like
a lot of people that
78, I think, is the average life expectancy.
A lot of people live to 100, though.
Yeah, but more people now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
More people live to 50 now than they did back then.
Yeah. Or their kids live longer because you don't need 7 kids to be a farmhands. You lose 4 of them.
Right.
To,
Or
like,
letting them, because a lot of accidents happen with like mine
combine
shafts and stuff
issues.
where they were playing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. Food in
Tacos.
2024. What's that?
Enjoy your tacos, Gigi. It was
See
good
you later,
seeing you.
Gigi. Tacos.
I forget it's only like what, 7,
7.
6.
6:52 there.
Yeah.
It's
It is dinner time.
Not very many years ago, men ate meat and bread principally. This is straight out of the article. With a few vegetables. Nowadays, we have large varieties and great quantities of foodstuffs. We even take some of our edibles and drinkables from coal and other minerals. This is them thinking like they're in 2024.
Okay.
Colonel William Boyce Thompson has founded an institute of plant research whose experts will try to counteract the food shortages, which is predicted for 2024. Many scientists believe that human family will be at the point of starvation around or near that year.
I don't agree with that.
I'm fucking hungry right now.
You can
we got
smell
pot
it. That's
pies.
why.
We got pot pies in the oven.
You can smell
Mass
it.
produced.
I think there are definitely countries that have,
Sure.
but not. I don't think it's.
How about the future of the horse?
I mean, we still have them. Gigi rides them.
Not to work.
I mean,
Imagine
no.
riding to work on a horse and she goes and uses a computer every day.
So
to-
when I was
or
not
she
me, but when
did.
one of my brothers was in high school, we lived. It was considered rural. It was pretty rural back then, and people would ride their horses.
Your dad met your mom.
Well, that was
while
in
riding
30s.
that was
in the
actually
30s,
before
but
this
this is
time.
like in the 70s. People were riding their horses to the high school
Mhm.
over by my dad's house because it's super
So it
rural.
just goes on to say that like some of these things,
I mean, some of them they hit on. Some of it's easy to figure out, though.
motion pictures with the use of universal language. In motion pictures, the true meaning of brotherhood of man will have been established through the earth. That's not true.
What is that supposed to be?
Basically, we're all going to become brothers. All men are created
We're going to
equal.
sing "Kumbaya" together.
Yep.
Okay. Good
Humans
luck.
inhabiting the earth,
Some
I mean,
people
sorry,
don't
the
want that
moon-
whatsoever.
the moon-
We have been there. We're not inhabiting it.
ear transplants, the extinction of
Ear
horses due to increasing number of people buying cars. That's not happened. Meanwhile, other newspapers warned that the world's diamond supply would have been plundered and that people would propose with engagement rings made of synthetic gemstones made of sugar. No, we use something different. It's
There are Swarovski crystals.
we use crystals now. Crystals.
Okay, that's interesting.
So a little bit. It's interesting. Just think about that. That was some predictions made back in 1924 for 2024. I'm trying to trim up Jeepin', dude. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
What?
I think it's the color purple. You said you look trimmed up. Been lifting the weights pretty heavy lately.
Okay.
Getting back on the testosterone next week. My dip
Maybe
This
you won't
happened.
be so grumpy then.
It's absolutely what it is. I talked to you, but we talked about this the other day.
No, but
I'm bitchy. It's fine.
so bitchy.
Okay. I've got, what time is it? I've got a stupid criminal one. You ready?
Okay.
We got to find it real quick.
This number 4.
Yep, number 4. We're just going down a list. I just got to find this one because it is worth it.
Goes, did they predict beehole bleaching? I don't think anybody could have predicted that.
Oh, okay. We need to do
No, we don't need to do anything when it comes to beehole.
21-24 predictions,
I don't even. That's scary.
right? Because we need to do 21-24 predictions.
Can you imagine being alive at 21, 24? You are in Star Trek
Okay,
days.
theoretically, they've said this for a million years, but now we're in science. We're at the point of science where you could theoretically live to 100 by then, because we've got.
Sorry, I'll be 150. So no,
not you,
that
but
can't happen.
if you were born today, I think it was even if you were born like 10 years ago,
Right.
you could live to 100. Or it might even be a little bit longer, because medicine, not the COVID shot,
Sorry.
obviously, but medicine, like certain things, like heart, like
Well, you're learning how to reverse
organ
some of the
replacements,
you're
certain
reversing
things
some of
like
the
that, right?
damage that's
Like we
happening.
know better things about vitamins and minerals and like how to like treat ourselves.
Hydrogenized water that we drink every morning now.
Yeah, things like that, right? 2020, 21-24 is 100
I think
years
there's going to
from
be
now.
walking. It's going to be like that movie where everybody can just buy a younger
Bruce
version
Willis
of themselves,
thing.
and it's.
But if you live to 100, 75 isn't actually that old. It's older, but you're in the last.
If I
you're
live to
starting
100,
the
I'm
last
just
quarter
now
of your
having
life.
my midlife crisis. Basically, I'm like 4
Yeah, you
years
would
into my
literally
midlife
be
crisis.
yeah, because I don't know. It depends on how old y'all are. If you remember, like 40 was quote unquote over the
Old,
hill.
yeah.
Remember we used like my mom had an over the hill party at 40 years old.
50 used to be over the hill too.
Well, then everything kind of keeps going back, right?
Oh, you have to tell Deadleg to go look at pictures of your truck since he was the one that encouraged.
Oh no, we've been chatting.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah, Deadleg and I have been chatting about his
Okay.
truck. He got the platinum edition, which I'm like, there's one fucking thing about his platinum edition
It's too bad. So
that
sad.
you would have liked. No,
Oh,
I'm
what?
fine with it.
But
But
what?
you would have. It's got like, you know how yours has the
Banging.
red
Oh, it has lights on
interior
it.
lighting inside and all that. Mine
But
doesn't.
only if it changes. Like that's the next one I want. It better change colors. Damn it.
Mood lighting.
Mood lighting. So when I'm pissed, it's just black, and when I'm
Black
happy,
lights?
it's just like green.
Why would it be black?
Because
Or
I'm
it's just
pissing.
dark?
Yeah.
Like the tint goes even darker.
Shit, I was gonna say something good too. Damn it, Jim. I hate it when that happens. I get sidetracked. I can see people living longer though, because we do stuff. I said do.
Yeah,
But
100%.
like even from like we know shit, radio frequency is good for you. Infrared is good for you. You know, all these things that we didn't know, probably
Right.
even
And we can test things faster.
50
and
years
faster.
ago, we probably started getting an idea, but they weren't able to be like,
Dude, we were still testing like how to figure out smallpox and shit like 60 years
which is
ago,
crazy,
70
right?
years
Like
ago.
we know so much and we've moved so forward with a bunch
Technology.
of stuff, but like so much other stuff, we haven't figured it out. Like I was thinking the other day,
Excuse me.
I was like, how have we cured AIDS, but we haven't cured cancer?
Quote unquote cured AIDS.
I mean, you have to take medicine for it, but it's undetectable, right? But
Yep.
how have we not been able to figure
Oh,
out
we could.
cancer?
I guarantee.
I
mean,
know. That's why
we
in
could
my
cure,
head, I
we
was
could
like,
cure cancer. It's just a
probably
moneymaker,
have
right?
reasons.
a moneymaker.
1794 or 6.
Dude, those are nice. We saw them.
Which one was that?
They are like it would be like the lair or the King's Ranch versus like the King's Ranch that has all like the super.
Is that a
nice shit.
Toyota 1970,
Yeah, it's the
1794?
model.
Did we see one?
We looked in one.
Which one was it?
I don't remember.
Was it the white one? The pearly one?
It might have been.
I was like, you're
It was
not getting a white car.
1794 with a lift, and it was nice, but you were like, no, you didn't like that one.
I needed it to be a little bit more rugged.
And that's what. And then she found the one on the showroom floor. And goes, hey, honey, like she does with all of her cars. It's always a fucking showroom floor car.
Listen, I got good taste in cars. Don't judge me because it worked in your
And I was
favor.
like, so how long was her test drive?
10 minutes outside of, I mean, it had traffic because there was so much
You
construction
sat
going on.
in
but
traffic for 5 of them.
We sat in traffic for probably 10, but we drove for 10.
I was like, I
so.
don't need to drive it anymore.
And then he was like, don't you want her to drive? I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not driving this big ass beast. It's too big. I'll drive it
They're
in
nice,
4
dude.
months when it's over.
They're nice. It's not. It is nice. Once it stopped fucking raining in San Antonio, I'll take a video and drive it down the road, make some noise out of it. 'Cause the bitch has got a beastie engine to it. Throttling.
I love the sound of it. She purrs.
Dual
She
exhaust.
goes, I was like, he punched on the gas and I was like, oh, I love her. We need this car in our life.
Is
And
it
I
a
went,
her or him?
It's a her. All
Naming,
cars are her.
go out. Reminder.
In my head, cars are hers because they're sexy.
Depends on what y'all name it. Go out and check out my my post. All right. So, man tried to swap drugs for fried pickles. You ready for this one?
What's BWW? Oh,
Buffalo Wild
okay.
Wings.
Thank you.
January 19th. The Buffalo Wild Wings had closed late Sunday when Justin Carpenter pulled up to the Lawrence, Indiana restaurant around midnight looking for food. Fried pickles, to be exact. In an ill-advised bid to get the kitchen reopened, Carpenter, 25, proposed a barter exchange to B-Dub's employees, 2 of whom were minors. As alleged by police, Carpenter offered drugs to the Buffalo Wild Wings workers in exchange for fried pickles. Okay, so number
What kind
one,
of drugs?
I have an issue. I'm going to get into this. I have an issue with these 2 underage kids being douchebags and not at least thinking about it. Because if it's just weed, you can't go to the fucking store and get your own weed, dick. Carpenter, who was wearing an ankle monitor as a result of a prior drug arrest, offered marijuana. This is where it gets a little off the chains. Cocaine, ecstasy,
Okay, those are
and
dangerous.
vape cartridges containing THC, according to the workers interviewed by cops. I'm still not calling the cops. I'm like, we can get that thing fired up. Not that I want, but if I'm working at BWW, this isn't a corporate gig, folks.
I would have said no, but I wouldn't have called the cops.
I
I'd
would
have
have
been
turned it
like-
back on and be like, you just need some.
Okay, go through Jack in the Box drive-through. You'll be
Yeah.
fine. Get some onion rings.
All right. So Carpenter, accompanied by a male friend, reportedly declared, if you make us some fried pickles, I'll make it worth it. Employees did not agree
Fried pickles.
to the drugs for trade, and Carpenter departed the Buffalo Wild Wings. Before leaving, though, investigators charged that Carpenter left 3 small bags of marijuana on the restaurant's front counter and told the manager, give those bags to the kids. Guys, the fucking nicest drug dealer you've ever met in your entire life, and you work at Buffalo Wild Wings. Jeez, quit taking
here's the
your
problem.
life so
He's
fucking
distributing now.
serious. Fuck off. No, he's gifting. That's not distributing.
It's distributing.
If he were to have
Distributing
sold it.
doesn't say you have to pay or not pay. It's
For
still
fuck's
he's
sake,
distributing
this
drugs.
dude even looks nice. He just looks like a jovial fucking.
No, he looks like
he looks like a drug
show
dealer.
Show me that picture again.
He just looks like a drug dealer.
He looks like he's been in trouble his whole life.
So, police subsequently tracked Carpenter's vehicle to a nearby Speedway gas station where he was taken into custody. Police arrest
fried
searches, post-arrest searches of Carpenter and his car turned up marijuana, cocaine, oxycodone, Xanax, THC cartridges, and scales containing a white powder. Carpenter's seen it left. He just looks like an average dude. Drug dealer.
I love how everybody's like, pickles are the best. Fried pickles. I'd trade drugs for pickles. Deep fried pickles. Sold. And then Justin said, I look happy tonight.
He was arrested on multiple felony and misdemeanor narcotics charges and booked in the county jail. According to the records, he's also been defended in 2 separate drug cases filed last year.
Huh.
Dude, I'm just saying. Can I see the
he's-
clicker real quick? We need to get a judgment call on this one.
I mean, he seems like a bit of trouble.
No, but the dude.
He's a bit of a troubled individual.
But the dude, I mean, I've never met. All
If
right.
it were your kids that he offered those drugs to, would you have been pissed?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if
but
I was the
it wasn't my kid.
I'm not calling the cops.
It was probably the manager that called the cops.
Fucking see, take his fucking bullshit job. Does this dude looked like he's out to get people. He dropped 3 bags of weed off on the counter and
They don't say how much weed it was.
it said 3 bags of weed.
I know, but they didn't say
Probably
like
little
ounces.
dime, little nickel bags or whatever. But he,
I mean, I love a good. I mean, we love a good fried pickle. Don't get me wrong. I just don't. Think,
and if I could, I gotta get your
yeah.
clicker. If I could, I would love a free bag of weed.
No, we don't really do that anymore.
I said if I could.
No. Even if we could, we don't really do that anymore.
We don't partake in weeds.
Weeds? What are you, 70?
In the weeds.
In the weeds?
In the marijuana. But is Indiana? I wonder if it's like a legal state that you can. So I don't think. I think. You know what I'm saying?
Nico said. I said Jack in the Box, and Nico said 2 Jack tacos.
Talk amongst yourself for a second,
dude. So when you were out of town on Monday, speaking of tacos, I got so close to ordering Taco Bell Uber Eats. I wanted it so badly, but I was like, they'll probably be soggy by the time they get it here.
Oh, funny. Go back and watch Demolition Man, which we did last night, in fact. And they invite Sylvester Stallone's
when
character,
he's the hero.
When he's the hero, to Taco Bell.
Well, don't you hear
because
say
they won the,
all
the
tacos,
fast food wars.
all restaurants are Taco Bell
because they won the fast food wars.
Fake California place.
They won the fast food wars.
That's funny.
That was my murder, death, kill at the beginning of this episode because of the weather out here. I want to murder, death, kill the weather. All right, I got one more story.
Okay, because we're
one more story, and then we'll jump into a couple of other like our entertainment stuff.
Feel goods.
This one is, I'm calling it crime time because Crime Corner's taken, obviously. Crime time.
Crime time.
Crime time. Oh, I gotta find it real quick. Just take me a second.
San Angeles, yes. Thank you, Nico.
San Angeles, exactly. Oh, there's 2 of them. God damn it. There's so many good stories tonight. Fuck.
Well, here's the thing. You're gonna do this again, and ow, cramp in my hamstring. You're gonna do
All
this again
we're
on
gonna
Friday.
go with this one, and I'll catch you up on the other stories I posted about on Friday. Woman, 73, arrested at Miami airport after alleged murder for hire plot targeting former son-in-law. She's 73.
For murdering for
Murder for hire plot.
For her son-in-law.
Yep. A 73-year-old grandmother was seen in a new video footage being arrested in Miami, Florida. Connection with alleged murder for hire plot to kill her former son-in-law.
Oh, former, not even her real son.
Former son-in-law.
Okay.
Body camera video.
He must be a real douche.
Shows unless mom and daughter daughter are fucking psycho, which is probably
He's
more
probably
like
a real douche.
No, you don't do
probably
that.
Douchey.
You just let him go on his way. International. She and her husband were attempting to board a one-way flight to Vietnam. She's fucking, yeah. Donna has been escorted, was seen being escorted through an airport and into a patrol car.
MBK.
Donna said, "I didn't know there was a warrant." Bullshit. You're getting arrested for trying to murder your son. She is charged with first-degree murder,
attempted first-degree murder?
No. This line says she's charged with first-degree murder and solicitation of murder over accusations she conspired with her son and several others to have her former son-in-law, Florida State University law professor Daniel Markle, killed in his driveway in 2014. Oh, he was murdered. She did kill him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She killed him.
Go, Mom.
God damn. She made it 10 years. God damn. And they finally.
Why were they just now leaving for Vietnam? Why wouldn't they have left like immediately thereafter?
Yeah. Right. So Markle had been in a court battle during during that time with his ex-wife, the daughter of Donna Adelson. Wendy, who's the daughter or his ex-wife, wanted to take her 2 sons she shared with Markle to South Florida to be closer to her mother and other family members. But when Markle refused the proposed arrangement, the Adelson family attempted to remove him from the picture. Who did it appear to have the motive to want Dan Markle dead? His own family, prosecutor Georgia Keppelman said. Prosecutors accused Donna of playing a crucial role in the scheme. Her son, Charlie, was convicted of first-degree murder and is serving a mandatory life sentence. Dude, it's on them. Yeah. It's on, no. He was just a dad wanting to be
No, he's
part of
probably
this.
a dick, but that's still not a reason to murder him.
Why is he a dick? What if he's the nicest dude and he had the
Listen.
fucking worst family?
What if he wasn't? What if he was just a big dick and not letting them
You don't
move?
get murdered for
Letting them
being a
no,
dick.
I didn't say that they did the right thing. I'm just saying he probably was a big dick, and
And
they're
said,
like,
no, you're not taking my kids down to South fucking Florida when I live up north, and I'm gonna have to pay because
a lot of parents do it.
bullshit.
A lot of cool parents.
No,
do
no,
it.
no, no, no. Fuck that.
Jared drives to Houston, like 8 hours to Houston, sometimes all the way to New Orleans.
She's got custody, and he's got 3 other fucking kids here, and that's an agreement.
That is an agreement. He drives though. That's the agreement.
But what do you think? How much child support do you think that lawyer was paying already?
Who knows if he was paying child support?
Oh, he was.
You sure?
He's a fucking lawyer. 100%.
Okay. Anyways, I'm not going to debate.
No, let's
this with
debate
you.
this.
No, because
Chica.
my pot pies are ready.
Your pot pies aren't ready.
They are in 3
So
minutes.
anyway, crap time.
Got to figure it out.
No one
better
can,
than that.
I don't know what else to say.
I'll noodle
No,
on it.
all the good ones are taken.
You don't
So
even
there's
know
probably one for that, and I probably just got a strike against the channel for infringement on somebody's bullshit.
Nika goes, why does Beth keep saying big dick? Maybe he was an average dick.
Maybe Beth, I'm gonna clip that. How about you go out there and clip it and share it? Big dick, big dick, big dick.
Big dick energy.
That's
Okay.
taken.
So
Entertainment. Good feel goods, real quick. Feel goods. I've got one.
I got
And
one.
you've got one too.
Mhm.
This one's kind of cool. So this one happened over the past weekend, I think, or just before the weekend. A good girl saves officer. Good girl. Officer enlists a Michigan man's dog to help rescue him from an icy lake. This is in Traverse
Ruby.
City, Michigan. A man fell through the ice, and his dog was running around but would not leave his side.
I think that from the video I saw, I think she had a leash on. I think he was taking her for a walk.
She does. And then he also has like a throw rope, and you're going to see it here in a second. And he calls her over to him, and he ties his throw rope with a little disc on
Well,
it.
he first tried to throw it to the man. He couldn't get it. He
And
couldn't
then
make
the
it go that
dog
far.
comes. So here we go. Listen here.
You walk in from here?
Ruby.
I'm gonna try to send this out to you, okay? All right, you ready? I'm gonna see if I can get this to
So he
you.
throws that disc, and it just doesn't.
At first, though, when he first puts it around, like she's having a hard time.
Send your pup here. Will she come to me?
So he starts
Ruby, come
clawing.
here. Come here, Ruby. Come here. Will she get a hold of this? Come here. Come here. Come here.
There.
Come here, Ruby. Come here. Here. Call her. Call her.
What is this? What is this
So
thing?
then he hangs onto the
Yeah.
string.
And then she finally gets it under her where it won't hinder her running. And the guy calls her back over
Stay
to
around
him.
your belly. Give me your hand. Stay around your belly.
And then they get him, and they start pulling him up. They start dragging. They dragged him out of the water.
And the dog still had the rope on her.
Ruby.
Pretty crazy,
It is
right?
crazy. Good girl.
That's an amazing
Good
dog.
girl.
So that's my feel good. Ruby, the dog that saved Dad's life. 65-year-old Traverse City man was the guy that.
So mine is similar rescue,
Okay.
but it's a rescue of a dog stuck in icy lake in Utah. So
There's been a whole bunch of these like lake
Yeah.
saves lately.
So a firefighter in Utah took a dip in an icy pond to a rescued dog who got in but couldn't get out, according to the dog's owner. Bob loves water, but he wasn't able to escape his polar plunge in Steed Pond. A firefighter with the North Davis Fire District lowered himself into the icy water. This is what's funny, and you won't get this. I'm going to show the video, but you won't see this. Bob didn't go quietly. He barked at the firefighter, might even tried to bite him, but in the end, they were both made it out safely. And even the mom is saying, "Bob, don't be mean, don't." Yeah, but
Bob, don't be
don't
mean.
be mean. Okay,
Let me know when you're ready.
it's frozen up, of course, because I plugged it in.
Technological difficulties. Did they name the dog after Ruby Ridge? I don't think so.
Of what? Oh, Ruby Ridge.
I'm fairly certain it wasn't that. Maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't fucking know. Kill it.
Come on.
Start it over.
A white screen. I don't think that's supposed to happen. There we go. Where's the video? Okay, there's the video.
iPads. We need to have somebody come in here and like overhaul our technology. How much do you think that would cost me? Like $8,000?
I don't know, but now, okay, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on, I'm skip the ad. Okay, so
It should be down in the bottom right corner.
clocking.
Oh, we see it.
Oh,
There
there
you
you go.
Okay.
So powered by. Okay, so this is the guy. Why is it clocking?
Internet. Who knows?
Who knows? Anyways, you can see the dog is a little black blob in the lake.
Okay.
So the guy crawls out to him. Come on. It's such a cute video. Because as soon as the guy gets and lays down and starts like wiggling out, Bob immediately starts barking at him. But here's the funny thing. So the guy finally gets out to the lake, right? And he gets in a little bit further down from him. And Bob starts swimming into him while still barking at him.
Go, burp, burp, burp,
And
burp.
then oh, here we go. Okay.
All right, there you go.
And I'm
Come
gonna have
on,
to-
Bob.
No, this is the firefighter. Bob is the dog.
No, I
and-
know. He's calling the dog. It's like, come on, Bob.
And the mom in the background, if you could hear her, she's like, Bob, don't be mean. Don't bark. Like Bob's going to listen.
Don't bark.
Yeah.
Texas internet, fucking real, bro.
For Rizzle. So
We've got that gig internet out here in the country.
it's still a pain in the ass.
It's all copper gig. That's why it's not.
I love using his little paws up on there, like, please somebody come get me out. So he's already barking at him,
I'm like, why are you going all the way over there? The dog's
Because
over
he's
there.
trying not to scare the dog. But see how the dog, he's still barking at him as he swims out to him. And then here's the mom's going, don't bite him, Bob. Bob, don't bite him.
He's
And
got a dry suit on
yeah, well, he does eventually let him get
up
something.
on the ice. Probably wants to play. Probably wants to play.
Yeah, well, that guy is like, I want to get the hell out of this freezing cold water.
He's in a dry suit. He's not cold.
At all?
No, his face
So he
might be a
finally
little
gets the dog out, and the dog
bit.
runs
I
off.
was
And he's
like, all
like,
right, cool. Shakes off. Watch.
No,
Dog's gonna
seriously.
stop. Yep, told you. Dog's gonna stop and shake and be like, I'm good.
so I thought that was cute. It was a sweet.
That's a great.
I'm gonna have to run before pot pies burn.
Okay,
So
I'll go over some entertainment stuff real quick.
I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of
We've
the
got
week.
pot pies.
I
in the
know,
oven.
and they've hit their limit on time. So
All right, so we'll catch you on Friday,
yeah,
honey.
love you guys. Have a great week.
All right, you're gonna close it out with me. Peace, yo. Better come back up here after. All right. So, couple things on entertainment to watch. I can't remember if I talked about this, but I think I might have. But I watched the second episode of True Detective North Country. It's pretty good, dude. I'm not a huge fan of what's her face, but she's pretty good in it. What's her face being? Oh shit. Daggum it. North Country. North Country. Bang. Let's see. What's her name? Jodie Foster. That's who it is. Pretty good though. I like it. So I think I already mentioned that, but it is pretty good. And then one that I just watched last night, actually, or over the past couple nights while I was out of town, is this Netflix doc, dude. That's called American Nightmare, and it's 3 parts. And that one, it's a real story. So this happened over the course, I think it was in 2015, something like that. Go back and watch it. But it was the equivalent to like they thought, well, the police department thought it was like this Gone Girl situation. It was complete bullshit. But it's a really good doc. It's well done. The police completely fucking botched it in California. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's about 3 hours. Oh, look who's back.
I know. I was
About
fast.
3 hours. So there are some articles out there about like what actually happened. The girl was abducted in the middle of the night
I'm fast and you're long-winded.
along with her husband, who was tied up in all of these things.
And it was fake, right?
No, it was absolutely
was real?
real. But the movie Gone Girl had just come out.
Oh.
And they were like, oh, because she just randomly
Well,
was returned to her house and literally walked up on her lawn. That's part of Gone Girl. She just walks back up.
I've never seen
Granted,
Gone
she's
Girl.
covered in complete, like in blood and stuff like
In
that.
the movie?
In the Gone Girl movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I tried to watch
So
it. It was
go
very
check
boring.
it out. I thought it was really good. And I finished it last night, so worth a watch.
All right.
That's it. With that,
With
I
that,
was talking
bid you
fast
farewell.
and we cut out a bunch of stories. How's our pot pies?
They look delicious.
Can we get a pot pie update?
They look delicious. Here's the thing, though. I didn't realize because I asked for 2 chicken.
Mhm.
They gave us a beef and a chicken, which is fine because I kind of was like, oh, I should have got the beef one.
For you?
I like red meat.
She likes the beef sticks. All right, everybody. We'll catch you on Friday. We've got a bunch more stories. We'll have as always, we'll have a bunch of shit. Go out, like, subscribe to the podcast. Go out, check out my Instagram story and name my truck. Win a shirt. Maybe something
I'm
else.
gonna have to give it a whirl. I don't know what I want to call it yet.
No, you don't.
I can still put my name in the hat. You don't have to pick it, but I
No.
can put my name in the hat.
She can't win.
You're not the boss of
She
me.
can't win it.
I'm
so.
not gonna win it, silly.
What kind of pot did you put in the pot pie? Chicken.
I got the hiccups.
Chicken pot. Beef pot. The good meat. All right, we're out. Catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it. Love
Bye,
you.
guys. Love you.
Cheers. See ya. Thanks, Wilkie. Bye. Welcome to the Bars Open with Beth and Greg.